CF number 3. If it was discovered that a letter was touching another letter, if it seems that they become connected after it was written, the Sefer Torah is kosher, provided that the letters have not changed form. Okay, so let's stop here and try to explain what it says. So next, so we know between all of this letter, between all of the letters should be space, always. How big is a different thing. So of course there is a minimal amount that you actually see, like I don't know, maybe the hair breadth or something like, but it should be spaces, right? So now they're touching. So for sure, there is no doubt. You can see with your naked eye that the two letters are touching. So one more time, these commentaries. If it was discovered that the letter was touching another letter, if it seemed that they become connected after they was written, commentary. For instance, it was connected. It was if what connects the letter, there is a drop of ink, clearly fell then after they were written. So of course, this ink, right? It's not so easy to be very precise. So especially when the letters are a little closer to each other, so a little drop, a tiny drop of ink can connect the two words. So of course, it was not intentional. It was not how it was written, basically. So in this case, continue. What do we do? After the Sefer Torah is kosher. So basically, after the fact, so it looks like this dot was that connects to two letters was after the letters was written. So after the fact, the Torah is kosher. Commentary. Fit for use. Certainly, the Sefer Torah should be corrected before it is taken out again. But as it was already taken out for use, one is not required to take another Sefer Torah. See Shulchan Aruch, see Mishnah Brura, which said that Sefer Torah is invalid in many cases, but the letters touched depending on the extent of the contact. See Mishnah Brura 143. Okay. So basically, so first of all, right? So even if we go by lenient opinion and we say, okay, no problem, after the fact, it is okay. The second time we cannot take the same Sefer Torah, so we have to take a razor, right, and just scrape away some ink, right, to make the Sefer Torah kosher. So Mishnah Brura says in many instances, in many cases, so it depends how it touched. But in this case, in the case of the Kitzur gift, so it's like some dot. It was for sure after the letters were written. Okay. And continue. So after the fact, provided the letters have not changed form. So I mean the exactly recognizable letters and look exactly the way they're supposed to be, right? If the letter remains in its form despite being connected to another letter, the Sefer Torah is kosher and does not have to be replaced, right? So, but if they are not, so if this little dot of ink changed the form of the letter, so that's already a problem. And not only the letters are connected, but the problem is with the wrong letter is written there. That's the issue. Or a wrong form of the letter. However, if it seems that it became connected so at the time of the writing, that the law depends on the exact situation. Meaning when it's not like accident, the little drop of ink fell after the letters was written. No, if it was initially written like that, okay. For if it became connected in this way, before the letter was completed, right? Such as in the case of straight nun, right? We're going to explain straight nun. That was connected within its body to the protruding foot of the adjacent taff, okay, and the like. The Sefer Torah is unfit to use. Okay, so let's so let's see. So we're dealing with a situation when in the beginning it was written in the wrong way. Okay, so one more time, and we see the commentary. For if it became connected in this way before the letter was completed, right, such is the case of straight nun commentary. In distinction from the nun that is located within the word, the nun located at the end of the word extend downwards without bending in its base. So the final nun is one like long. It has a long leg. Okay, so you cannot mistake it for with anything, right? So one more time, before the letter was completed, such as the case of straight nun, so final nun, not the regular final nun. Final nun that was connected within the body, okay, to the protruding foot of adjacent taff, and the like. Okay, so let's see what about this taff. The taff protrudes at the bottom toward the left. Taff protrudes to the body toward the left. Okay. If that protrusion makes contact with another letter, the contact will likely have been made at the time of the second letter was written, as the Hebrew is written from right to left. Okay. Since the straight nun must extend beneath the line on which the letters are written, if it is touched by the protruding leg of a taff, the point of the contact will be within the body of the nun. Exactly. Thus, there will never be a time during which it would have been kosher letter. For it touched the taff before it was the requisite length. This is absolute invalidation, and another Sefer Torah must be taken out. So basically, since we we write from right to left, right, and this taff, and then after the taff comes nun with protruding leg. So basically, it was not possible to read in otherwise. Basically, I mean, I don't want to overburden you with details, but but this is classic example when you say it was not possible, that it was like a drop fell after that, and that's how these letters were connected. It's impossible. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So bottom line, when we have, let's say, two letters, right? And I think that's what they're saying, is that it's possible. Why? Since the nun, right? It wasn't full, it wasn't a complete letter. It became puzzle before it became a complete letter. If it was puzzle, if they became connected, right? After you wrote the whole letter, then it's a kosher Sefer Torah, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
I mean, okay, in simple terms, yes, that's what it is. So if it's possible, so in some cases, as you give example, so in some cases it is possible to for us to assume, right, that it was written in correct manner and something happened after that. But if it's not possible, like if you see you write first from right to left and you wrote this leg and then connected to that, so it's impossible to be otherwise. So then we go stricter. Yeah. I mean, he goes with all of his details, but okay. But that's the basic meaning of it. You're correct. However, during the week, one may scrape there to separate the two letters. So I mean, while they're reading, they can stop for 1 second. He can take a razor. I mean, the person who knows what to do, just scrape a little this extra ink. That's it. That's all that is required.
So I had a problem with this. We don't say in this case, because usually when we have a problem on a Sefer Torah, don't we have to like erase not erase, I don't know, we have to get rid of all the other words that we had?
No, not in the Sefer Torah. You're talking about tefillin or mezuzah. That they have to be written. Of course, we learn Kitzur, they skip many things, right? So in mezuzah and tefillin must be written in order. So basically, if he figure out, so just quickly, right? So if he figured that, oh wow, I did a mistake, so he has to scrape all the way from the back, right? And until the fix mistake, and then continue writing. So it must be written in a correct sequence. But if it was Hashem's name, that's it. I mean, he cannot erase Hashem's name to fix mistakes that was before that. So in this case, he must bury it.
But over here, we don't say that you're allowed to, let's say, change Bereshis, even though you finished the whole Sefer Torah.
Yeah. Yes, you allow, and that's why you have all of these sheets, right? That they saw with the sinews, right? And you can work on them independently. You understand? You could prepare, for example, half of the book from 5 years ago, and then you sew them together, and there is no problem. And in any sequence, there is no problem, right? But with mezuzahs and tefillin, there is a big deal, and this big deal. So basically, for us, we must understand there is no way for us to see what was written in correct order or not in correct order. There is no way. So that's why when you buy mezuzah, when you buy tefillin, you must buy from a God-fearing person. There is no way to check. No way. You understand? That's the issue. So here they say if it's a weekday, so let them take a razor and just erase a little ink, and that's it. Commentary. By scraping away, scrape away the ink that connects the two letters, he removes the invalidations, period, right? Since each letter is properly spaced, the Sefer Torah is fit to use. This can be done at the time of the invalidation is discovered. They can then proceed to the Sefer Torah is now valid. Okay, so I mean, the person is know what he's doing, and I saw it once in Israel. They done it. I mean, I asked somebody what is going on, and the guy explained it. But it took them, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes max to fix this issue. Unbelievable, very fast, very efficient. Okay, continue. But if the letters became connected at the end of the letter, the Sefer Torah can be deemed kosher, and there is no need to take out another Sefer Torah. Okay, so let's see. So meaning at the end of the letter. So let's see the commentary. But if the letters became connected at the end of the letter, commentary. If a vav, so vav, like straight line, almost like little, right? If vav followed the taf, vav, so it's first taf, and then vav, okay, and they became connected, as described above. The connection was formed after there already was a complete vav, okay, and the vav was of the requisite length before it touched the taf. This is not considered absolute invalidation, and one may continue reading from the Sefer Torah. So basically, in this case, we know that one letter, it was the last letter of the line, so we know that most likely, when I say no, like of course we have to understand it's most likely they were written correctly and they got attached later on. So we can continue use the Sefer Torah. Although Kitzur uses terms kosher, he does not mean to imply that it may be left as it is. Certainly the scroll must be corrected. As Kitzur concludes, they are not required to take out another scroll. It is kosher in respect that no absolute invalidation. Okay, so basically, one more time, even though we say it is correct, like you can continue reading, you don't have to take another Sefer Torah, but we must know what it's only correct for now. But second time, I'm not sure if they would allow to use the second time. I mean, same error. Okay.